Hello everyone, myself Divya Parmar, and today I am going to present paper number 202, Fiction, Magic and Politics in the Midnight Children by Salman Rushdie. So there is one famous line by Salim that if you want to understand the one life, you have to swallow the whole world. It's visible. So my topic is fiction, politics, and magic in the Midnight Children. This is my information. Points to ponder about Salman Rushdie. Introduction of novel, fiction, politics, magic, and citation. So, name of Salman Rushdie is Sir Ahmad Salman Rushdie. He was born on 19 June 1947. He was Indian-born writer whose allegorical novels examine historical and philosophical issue by means of surreal characters, brooding humor, and effusive and melodramatic prose style. His treatment of a sensitive religion and political subjects made him the controversial figure. Rushdie, whose father was a prosperous Muslim businessman in India, was educated at Rugby School and University of Cambridge, where he received an MA in history in 1968. Throughout most of his 1970s, he works in London as an advertising copywriter. His first published novel was Grimace, appeared in 1975. Rushdie's next novel, Midnight Children, 1981, a fable about a modern India, was an unexpected critical and popular success that won him international recognition. Salman Rushdie received a Booker Prize in 1981 for Midnight Children and also received a Costa Book Awards in 1995 and 1998. So, about the novel, it is a historical chronicle of a modern India centering on inex- inexhibit- inacceptability linked facts of two children who were born within the first hour of the independence from Great Britain. Exactly at midnight on 15 August 1947, two boys are born in Bombay, now Mumbai, a hospital where they are switched by a nurse. Salim Sinai, who will be raised by a well to do Muslim couple, is actually the illegitimate son of a low caste Hindu woman and a departing British colonist. The another child was Shiva, the son of a Muslim couple, is given to a poor Hindu street performer uh, whose unfaithful wife has died. Midnight Children was awarded the Booker MC Colonel Prizes for the fictional in 1981 and in 1993. It was chosen as the best Booker Prize novel in 25 years. So, fiction. So, what is fiction? Literature in the form of a prose, especially novels that describe imaginary events and people. This definition I have taken from Oxford Dictionary. So, in Salman Rushdie's Midnight Children, the genre was fiction. So, there is a history and imagination. Rushdie uses history as a subject for their fiction. It is a very difficult to draw a line of a demarcation between reality and imagination. So, in part of a history, there is reality of a division of India and Pakistan, and the imagination of various characters. In Midnight Children, Salim Sinai, the protagonist, claims he is the central India and India's history. So here the character of Salim Sinai is a himself explaining history or reality, but his character is in imaginary part of a Salman Rushdie's fiction. So uh, born on 15 August, that is imaginary part, but the situation and uh, the issues are real, part of a history. Politics in the Midnight Children. The novel covers the post-independent era of the India. So the background of the novel is the history and political situation of India. After the birth of Salim, that first political incident was the speech of Jawaharlal Nehru on the eve of the India's independence. So know more about this speech. uh, Independence of Pakistan in 14th August, and in India 15th August. Jawaharlal Nehru and Muhammad Ali Jinnah were delivering the most important speeches of their lives on the eve of India and Pakistan's freedom from the British rule. Both had to lead their people from the front and carried immense responsibilities on their shoulders. Both must have been aware that their speeches were historic, not only them as individuals and leaders, but also in the life of their respective nations. So, in both speech, their thrust was similar. The challenges that their forces for their nations are nearly the same. In fact, each speeches with very little changes could have been delivered in either country. Jawaharlal Nehru's in Pakistan or Jinnah's in India. So both speech were almost the same. He referred to Indira Gandhi as the mother of the emergency, and she is remembered as and recalled as a widow who signifies the drying up of his emotions, harshness, cruelty, and centralization of all power. So, the emergency proclaimed by Indira Gandhi present as a political issue. So, we this emergency issue we find in the at the end of the novel. It was such a long period of 21 months. So, magic in the Midnight's Children. When India got freedom at that time, Midnight's children who were born in the first hour of a midnight of 14th or 15th August, 14 August in Pakistan there, and 15 August in India. So here is a mistake. 15 August received magical powers. Salim has a magical powers to call Midnight's children. Also, Shiva has a magical powers in his knees. So all the Midnight's children have different kinds of magical powers, which are find fictional in novel. So this magical power is a part of the writer's in, imaginary part in this fictional work. We this is the original quote from novel. We the magical children of the midnights were hated, feared, destroyed by the widow who was not only the prime minister of India but also aspired to be a devi, the mother goddesses in her most terrible aspects, possessive of the Shakti of the gods, a multi limbed dignity with a central partition and schizophrenic hair. So, this quote here we find in novel that Shiva, who was second magical child, who have a strength in his knees, have a magical power in as a body power. So with that, Shiva destroys the power of this magical child. So this is my work citation. Thank you.
Yes. What is the difference between magic realism and fictionalize? Like you have mentioned that magic in Midnight Children and as a fiction, Buddha side. So what is the difference between them?
In fiction is a literary term when the poet or a writer is using their imaginary characters or thinking of imagination something which is portrayed something different which is not reality. So this is part of fictional, but in magic reality this is not a different. Magic realism is also the part of a Salman Rushdie's imagination of the magic. In the history, there is a reality of so many things, but magic is not real. So this part of is Salman Rushdie's imagination.
Divya, my question is what was the significance of video in politics at the time of emergency?
So at that time, Indira Gandhi was on a pre-claimed emergency, which is almost running in 21 months as long period. So at that time, there was an election, and with the reference of that, she has proclaimed the emergency, and that is.